Welcome everybody, my name is Kevin, and today we're going to be talking about 3 ghost note patterns, or grooves. Now, ghost notes are kind of subtle hits found in your basic snare and kick patterns, and they're really used to just give your pattern more of a more characteristic and maybe more of a groove, and they typically can add a lot to the beat that you're playing. Now, you're pretty much always going to find these ghost notes hit on the snare. You could play them on the toms, I guess, or cymbals or whatever, but you're pretty much 99% of the time going to play them on the snare drum. I also wanted to mention that the reason why you'll see these while I play these grooves, I'm in my home studio because I actually moved to a new studio. I'm in actually a storage facility that I turned into a new studio. And so I'm recording that here, but I recorded, before I moved, I recorded all the other videos. So that's why you'll see me playing in a different area. Now, let's take a look at our first ghost note groove. Now, if we take a look at this groove, we have a typical groove with, your kick drum being on 1. And we also, if you look at it, the kick drum is going to be, there's the second kick drum hit on the of beat 3. And then we have your typical snare hits on 2 and 4. But then we also have another regular snare hit on the of 2 as well. So that's your main groove. But then if you look at our ghost notes, the ghost notes are located on the E and of 3 and the of 4. So let's go ahead and take this groove at 50 BPM. Alright, simple enough, right? Now let's take this beat at 60 BPM. Alright, and finally, now we're going to take it up a notch, and we're going to take it up to 80 BPM for a full groove. Here we go. Alright, now let's look at groove number 2. Now when we look at groove number 2, you'll see that the kick drum pattern on beats 1 and 2 repeats for 3 and 4, and you'll see it's on the beat 1 and the of beat 1, and then we have on the E of beat 2. Now if we look at the snare drum is going to be pretty much super easy as far as your main hits. Your main hits are going to be on 2 and 4, the typical snare drum hits. Hi-hats are all the same. And then if you look at the ghost notes, you see there's a lot of ghost notes. Don't worry, it's not too difficult. You're just gonna play your two ghost notes in between the 2 kick hits. So you're gonna play them on the E and the and of beat 1, and then you're gonna play them on the and of beat 2. And then you repeat that same thing for beats 3 and 4. So if you notice, this whole pattern is actually beat 1 and 2 just repeated for 3 and 4. So it's super easy, and let's take it at 50 BPM. Alright, awesome. Now let's take it to 60 BPM, and then we'll take it to 80 BPM for a full groove. All right, groove number 3. Now, I promise you this one is a little bit harder, but I promise you we'll be able to get through it. Now, if you look, the kick drum pattern, it hits on beat 1 and the of 1. And then we have on the beat 3 downbeat, the of beat 3, and then the E of 4. As far as our snare drum hits, our regular hits, once again, on 2 and 4, our hi-hats are the same. Now, if you look closely, you'll see, so first of all, our diddles are on the E and the and of beat 1. But then if you look closely on the beat 2, we have actually 30-second notes of diddles right there. And that will be starting on the of beat 2. And then we have, once again, beat 1 kind of repeats with the E and the and diddles there. And then we finish with and diddles on beat 4. All right, so let's go ahead and take this groove at 60 BPM. Okay, not that bad, not that bad. Now, what you'll notice is that super easy. It's pretty easy to hit those 30-second note doubles at 50 BPM, right? But what happens when you start going faster? Well, I actually have a video on this on my Instagram. But what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to do what's called drop diddles, and that's where typical diddles, you're actually making the stroke with your hand to hit the diddles. So for instance, that 30-second note double, I would be you would be going like with 2 hits, right? Well, for when you start getting faster, it's really hard to hit that super fast, right? So what you can do is you can do a thing called drop diddles, and that's basically where with one stroke you're actually hitting twice, and that's what really helps you get this beat down. Now, I'm not going to show you in this video how to do it, but like I said, I do have a video on my Instagram. It's in the Instagram videos section of my profile. So I'll have my account listed below. So if you want to check that out and learn how to get your diddles faster. But now moving on, let's go ahead and take this this groove up to 60 BPM and then 80 BPM. Well, there you have it, guys. That's 3 basic beginner ghost note grooves. If you enjoyed this video, definitely leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe for some more. Any questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I will 100% get back to those questions. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and look out for the next one.